last lamp stays on above the main bench. Glass globes stand in rows beneath it. The shop window is dark now. No key turns in the front door. The workshop keeps one warm circle of light. It falls on a cradle, a brush, and a green painted base. Everything beyond it softens into shadow. At the center of the bench, a half-made globe waits in its clamp. Inside it, a white church stands on a small hill. 3 black pines rise behind it. No snow has been poured into the water. Nothing drifts around the steeple. The scene remains perfectly clear. A bottle of glycerin stands with the cap on. A pair of tweezers rests beside it. Their points stay closed. A shallow tray holds tiny silver stars. They lie in a small scatter near the edge. No fingertip sorts them again. At the back of the bench, a jar of white glitter sits under the lamp. The glitter has settled in a bright, low slope. Nothing lifts above the glass. The lampshade is white enamel. Its rim has a faint chip on one side. The chip stays dull in the light. Above the bench, narrow shelves hold finished globes. A red barn, a skating pond, a deer beside a fence. Each globe curves the room a different way. One keeps the lamp, one keeps the window, one keeps only darkness. The front window looks onto the sleeping street. The painted letters on the glass show from inside. Snow Globe Workshop in gold and white. Outside, the sign is dark. No light hangs over the door. The street lamp at the corner does the rest. Snow remains in a low line along the curb. A parked car sits under the bare tree. No tire moves through the slush. At the register, small cardboard boxes wait in a stack. Soft tissue rises from each open top. Blue labels sit on the front edges. Pine Church, Moon Sled, Winter Bridge. The handwriting is neat and quiet. A receipt book lies under the till. The top page has been torn away. No new number is written below. Near the pegboard, a row of bottle brushes hangs in order. Funnels rest between them. Tiny clamps stay on their hooks. Each tool keeps a short, dark shadow. The shadows stay close to the wall. Nothing reaches across the bench. At the sink, 3 empty jars stand upside down on a folded towel. The rims make a clean line. No drop slips from them. The spout above the basin points down into steel. One ring of dried soap sits near the drain. The ring does not spread. A towel hangs from a lower hook. The bottom edge is stiff from old water. It does not move in the warm air. At the back table, an open catalog lies under a snowflake paperweight. Children, dogs, lamp posts, tiny sleds. The pages stay flat. A pencil pencil rests between them. No order is marked tonight. The heater vent under the wall shelf keeps a low line of sound. It stays even. It never rises above the room. Once, from the cooling glass, a tiny tick can be heard. One tick. Then the warm hush returns. Nothing follows it. The rows of globes do not tremble. The glitter jar does not stir. At the front display, 3 finished globes sit on a raised shelf. A sleigh, a snowman, a chapel under stars. Their water stays perfectly still. No hand from the sidewalk shakes them awake. The display keeps its pose. Near the counter, a brass key hangs on a string by the wall. The tag reads "back door." The key stays flat against the paint. Beside it, a radio charger keeps one green point of light. The speaker remains silent. No late weather report arrives. The first lamp above the front shelves is off. Only the bench lamp stays on. That leaves deeper shadow above the boxes. The shadow does not trouble the shop. It only makes the lit place smaller. Glass, powder, tiny trees, painted wood. At the side table, one globe base is clamped upside down for repair. The black felt circle shows at the bottom. No screw turns in the bracket. A wooden drawer beneath it is left slightly open. White packing wool can be seen inside. It stays tucked where it is. Under the bench, black and white floor tiles run to the wall. One black square is chipped at the corner. The chip is easy to miss. The workshop does not feel empty. It feels paused, as if the last careful hands have just gone upstairs to sleep. Nothing begins here. Nothing needs finishing now. Past the main bench, the room narrows toward the packing table. The light is lower there. Shadow collects under the shelves. A long table stands beneath the back window. Cardboard rings are stacked at one end. Tissue paper rests in folded drifts beside them. A roll of silver ribbon lies on its side. The loose end curls toward the wood. It does not slip any farther. 3 finished globes wait in packing rings. One holds a red barn. One holds a skater on a pond. One holds a deer by a fence. No box is pulled around them. No lid is folded shut. The table keeps its work in order. At the drying rack, painted bases stand upside down on pins. Black lacquer, walnut stain, cream enamel. Their felt circles show in a clean row. A little smell of varnish remains nearby. It stays low in the room. Beside the rack, a magnifying lamp bends over a tray of tiny houses. Its lens is clear. Its bulb is off. The houses stand in 2 neat lines. White walls, green roofs, dark little windows. One chimney remains in a small dish by itself. The glue bottle beside it is capped. A clear bead has dried at the tip. A pair of cotton gloves lies near the lamp base. One glove is turned palm up. Fine white dust rests on the fingertips. At the back window, snow has built along the lower edge outside. The alley remains pale and empty. A dumpster lid holds a weak stripe of light. No truck backs to the curb. No boot crosses the snow. The alley keeps its flat, cold quiet. A heater under the window clicks once. Warm air moves around the table legs. The ribbon end does not move. Along the side wall, cubby shelves hold figures in labeled trays. Children, dogs, snowmen, lampposts, tiny sleds. Each label is written in blue ink. One tray has been left halfway out. It stops at the edge and stays there. At the far corner, a glass front cabinet keeps the fragile pieces. A skating couple, a white gazebo, a bridge with black rails. The cabinet door is shut. The brass knob is cool and dull. No latch turns. A work stool waits in front of the cabinet. Its round seat is worn smooth. One rung shows a pale line of dried paint. Near the stool, a pencil sharpener is clamped to the table edge. A cedar shaving rests beneath it. The shaving keeps its spiral. At the supply wall, hooks hold bottles of blue dye and pearl powder. A metal funnel hangs between them. Its throat reflects one pin of light. A ledger lies open on the shelf below. Model names fill the page. Church Lane, North Pond, Cedar Ridge. The last line stops halfway across. No total is written below. A pen remains tucked in the spine. At the packing station, a rubber stamp sits beside the tape gun. Fragile is cut in backward letters. The red ink pad is closed. A stack of mailing labels waits under a paperweight. The top label has curled at one corner. The corner does not lift farther. From deeper in the room, a compressor gives a small, settling sound. One sound. Then the heater hum remains. Nothing follows it. The cabinet glass does not shake. The figures stay in their trays. A narrow stair climbs to the loft above the workshop. The railing is painted white. The paint has worn thin where hands once passed. No foot comes down from above. No board answers from the loft. The upper floor keeps its sleep. At the bottom of the stair, a tin of mica flakes sits with the lid off. The flakes lie flat and bright. No sparkle rises into the air. A tiny broom leans against the stair post. Its bristles are silver with dust. The handle stays in the corner. The back room feels smaller than the front shop. Closer, quieter, more exact. Each Each object waits inside its own outline. Nothing presses into anything else. The pause holds. A rack of finished bases hangs above the sink to cure. The drips beneath them have already gone hard. No new line runs down the sides. At the drying line, paper stars hang from clips. Their gold paint has gone nearly matte. None of the clips lets go. The night stays in the alley. The snow stays at the window. The workshop stays in its careful pause. Nothing begins at the packing table. Nothing needs another hand. The small winter worlds remain exactly where the last lamp left them. Near the cabinet, a tray holds loose metal caps. Their ridged edges stay bright. No one counts them now. By the sink, 3 narrow funnels stand upside down in a rack. The rims make a quiet silver line. The line remains unbroken. A pale gray begins at the front window. The shop does not brighten at once. The last lamp still holds the main bench. The painted letters on the glass are easier to read now. Gold remains on the upper strokes. White fills the rest. Outside, the curb looks flatter in the dawn. The parked car remains where it was. No engine starts on the street. At the bench, the half-made globe stays in its cradle. The white church and the 3 pines remain still inside. No snow has been added yet. The green base keeps its dried shine. The lamp circle around it is smaller now. Morning has taken some warmth from the bench. The glycerin bottle remains capped. The tweezers remain beside it. The tiny stars remain in their tray. No hand comes back to the work surface. No test shake sends the water moving. The piece keeps its clear, small world. Along the shelves, finished globes reflect more of the window and less of the lamp. One holds the street. One holds the door. One holds only gray. At the register, the stacked boxes remain ready. Pine Church, Moon Sled, Winter Bridge. The blue writing looks sharper now. The receipt book under the till has not moved. The torn edge of the last page stays clean. No new number appears beneath it. A faint draft passes under the front door. The lower curtain does not sway. The stitched loops stay in a straight line. Outside, snow along the curb has turned from blue to gray. The bare tree holds no movement. The street lamp has lost some of its glow. At the sink, the upside-down jars remain in a row. The rims still make one bright line. No drop slides from the glass. The soap ring near the drain is easier to see now. It keeps the same thin circle. Nothing disturbs the basin. Near the painted bases, the faint thumb mark remains on one rim. Morning makes it clearer. It still belongs to the piece. The row of colors stays the same. Blue, black, red, walnut brown. felt circles remain hidden above. The rack remains exact. No base has been lifted from its pin. At the front display, the sleigh, snowman, and chapel remain in the window. Their flakes lie quiet at the bottoms of their worlds. No passing hand wakes them. The brass key behind the counter keeps its place. The tag still reads "back door." The key lies flat against the wall. The radio charger keeps one green point. No weather voice comes through. The speaker remains closed to the morning. At the packing table, the silver ribbon is still curled toward the wood. The shipping rings still cradle the barn, the skater, and the deer. Nothing has shifted overnight. The magnifying lamp remains folded. The tray of tiny houses remains in rows. The chimney in the dish remains by itself. The dried glue bead at the bottle tip has not changed. The cotton gloves remain where they fell. One palm stays turned upward. At the alley window, the snow line looks whiter now. The dumpster lid holds no moonstripe anymore. Old slush marks show at the curb instead. No truck arrives for deliveries. No back latch clicks. The alley keeps its slow, cold quiet. The cubby shelves still hold their labeled trays. Children, dogs, snowmen, lampposts, tiny sleds. The half-pulled tray still stops at the edge. Nothing pushes it in. Nothing draws it farther out. Inside the cabinet, the skating couple and the gazebo remain under glass. The brass knob stays dull. The stool in front keeps its pale paint line. A small tick comes from the heater under the back window. One tick. Then the low hum returns. Nothing follows it. The cedar shaving stays curled below the sharpener. The mica flakes remain flat in their tin. At the loft stair, the white rail shows more wear than it did at night. The upper door stays shut. No board answers from above. The tiny broom remains at the post. The gold paper stars still hang from their clips. No fleck falls from them. Back at the front bench, the lamp remains the warmest point in sight. It touches the cradle. It touches the glitter jar. It stops at the bench edge. Beyond that edge, the workshop turns to gray. Not empty, not awake, still held between those states. Soon a lid will close. Soon a cap will tighten. Soon the first finished globe may leave its ring. But not now. Not in this small hour before the lock turns. The shop still belongs to stillness. It keeps its rows of glass. It keeps its tiny houses and waiting snow. It keeps the half-made world under the last lamp. The street outside remains quiet. The painted letters remain clear. The little worlds remain unshaken until day begins. Near the front glass, one finished globe shows a tiny sled on a hill. The red paint on the sled remains bright. No flake rises around it.